Thinking about breaking into someone's home? Think again. These 10 four-legged bodyguards will make any burglar wish they'd chosen a different career path. From ancient protectors to modern-day sentries, these dogs don't just bark, they bite back. We're counting down the top 10 canine guardians that every thief fears most. These aren't just pets, they're living, breathing security systems with teeth. Let's dive in. But before we get started, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. Number 10. Rottweiler. Don't let their calm demeanor fool you. Rottweilers are basically four-legged tanks with an attitude. Originally bred to drive cattle and guard Roman legions, these powerhouses pack 328 pounds of bite force that can crush bones like potato chips. What makes them terrifying for intruders is their incredible intelligence combined with unwavering loyalty. A Rottweiler doesn't just bark at strangers, they assess the threat level like a furry FBI agent. They're naturally suspicious of anyone who doesn't belong in their territory. And once they've decided you're a threat, good luck explaining yourself. These dogs are so protective that they'll literally put themselves between their family and danger without hesitation. Their imposing 100 to 130 pound frame and deep, rumbling bark alone are enough to send most criminals running for the hills before they even get close to your front door. Number 9. Doberman Pinscher. Meet the Ferrari of guard dogs, sleek, fast, and absolutely deadly when protecting their turf. Dobermans are like having a professional bodyguard who never sleeps, never takes breaks, and never asks for overtime pay. These athletic marvels can reach speeds of up to 35 miles per hour, meaning if a burglar somehow gets past their intimidating presence, they won't get far. What sets Dobermans apart is their incredible ability to read human body language and detect suspicious behavior from a mile away. They're naturally alert and have an almost supernatural sense of when something isn't right. Originally bred in the 1890s by a tax collector who needed protection, imagine that job requirement. These dogs have refined their guarding instincts for over a century. Their elegant appearance might fool you into thinking they're just show dogs, but beneath that glossy coat lies a warrior ready to defend their family at all costs. One look into those piercing eyes and burglars know they've made a serious mistake. Number 8. The Bull Mastiff. Imagine a furry linebacker who's also a genius. That's a Bull Mastiff for you. These gentle giants were specifically bred in the 19th century England to catch poachers, and boy did they perfect that skill. Weighing in at up to 130 pounds of pure muscle, a Bull Mastiff doesn't need to be aggressive to be effective. Their mere presence is enough to make criminals reconsider their life choices. What makes them particularly terrifying for intruders is their silent approach. They're called the silent watchdog because they don't waste time barking warnings. Instead, they use their massive frame to pin down threats until help arrives. These dogs have an incredible ability to distinguish between normal visitors and genuine threats, making them perfect family guardians who won't terrorize the mailman, but will absolutely demolish anyone with malicious intent. Their calm, confident demeanor masks an explosive power that can be unleashed in milliseconds. When a Bull Mastiff decides you don't belong somewhere, you might as well start writing your will. Number 7. Belgian Malinois. This is basically a German Shepherd's overachieving cousin who went to military school and graduated summa cum laude. Belgian Malinois are the Navy SEALs of the dog world. They're used by military and police forces worldwide because they're absolutely relentless when it comes to protection. These medium-sized dynamos pack more intensity per pound than any other breed on this list. What makes them a burglar's worst nightmare is their incredible work ethic and pain tolerance. They literally don't know how to give up. A Malinois will chase an intruder until either the criminal is caught or the dog physically can't continue. And trust me, the dog will outlast the human every time. Their bite force of 195 psi combined with their lightning-fast reflexes means they can disable a threat before the intruder even knows what hit them. These dogs are so dedicated to their job that they consider protecting their family their life's mission. They're not just guard dogs. They're professional security consultants with fur and an attitude that says, "Try me, I dare you." Number 6. German Shepherd. The ultimate multitasker of the canine world. Part family pet, part bodyguard, part therapist, and 100% loyal protector. German Shepherds are like having a furry Swiss Army knife that also happens to love belly rubs. These incredible dogs have been humanity's partners in protection for over a century, and they've only gotten better at their job. What makes them absolutely terrifying for criminals is their intelligence level. They're basically canine Einsteins who can outthink most humans. A German Shepherd doesn't just react to threats, they anticipate them, strategize, and execute their defense plan with military precision. Their 238 psi bite force is nothing to sneeze at, but it's their mental capabilities that truly set them apart. These dogs can differentiate between a genuine threat and a false alarm better than most security systems. They'll let the pizza delivery guy pass, but will turn into a fur-covered missile if someone tries to break in. Their loyalty is so intense that they've been known to protect their families even after sustaining serious injuries. Now that's dedication. Number 5. Cane Corso. Picture a Roman gladiator reincarnated as a dog, and you've got yourself a Cane Corso. These Italian Mastiffs are living, breathing fortresses on 4 legs, with a bite force that clocks in at a bone-crushing 700 psi. That's stronger than a lion's bite. Originally bred to hunt wild boar and protect Roman estates, these dogs have protection hardwired into their DNA. What makes them particularly nightmarish for burglars is their incredible size combined with surprising agility. They can move their 100-plus pound frame with the grace of a much smaller dog. Cane Corsos are naturally suspicious of strangers and have an almost supernatural ability to sense ill intentions. They're not the type to bark endlessly at every little sound, but when they do spring into action, it's with the force of a furry freight train. These dogs form such strong bonds with their families that they consider any threat to their loved ones as a personal insult, worthy of immediate and decisive action. Their intimidating appearance alone, with that massive head and piercing stare, is enough to make most criminals suddenly remember they left the stove on at home. Number 4. Presa Canario. Meet the dog that makes other guard dogs nervous. The Presa Canario is like having a furry bodyguard who graduated from the school of "don't mess with my family or else." Originally bred in the Canary Islands to guard livestock from wild dogs and other predators, these powerhouses have protection running through their veins like liquid determination. What makes them absolutely terrifying for intruders is their combination of massive size, up to 160 pounds of pure muscle, and their incredibly strong prey drive. These aren't dogs that will chase burglars away. They're dogs that will catch them and hold them until authorities arrive, assuming the burglar is still conscious. Their bite force exceeds 540 psi, which means they can literally crush bones without breaking a sweat. But it's not just their physical capabilities that make them formidable. It's their unwavering confidence and natural suspicion of strangers. A Presa Canario doesn't second-guess itself. If it perceives a threat, it acts with swift and decisive force. They're so protective that they'll patrol their property like furry security guards, making mental notes of every unusual sound, smell, or movement. Number 3. Caucasian Shepherd. Imagine if a bear in a cloud had a baby that was raised by wolves. Congratulations, you've just pictured a Caucasian Shepherd dog. These absolute units can weigh up to 220 pounds and are basically living, breathing mountain ranges with teeth. Originally bred in the harsh Caucasus Mountains to protect sheep from wolves and bears, these dogs don't just deter predators, they eliminate them entirely. What makes them a burglar's absolute worst nightmare is their fearlessness. These dogs will take on animals twice their size without batting an eye, so a human intruder is basically a light warm-up exercise. Their thick, weather-resistant coat makes them nearly impervious to harsh conditions, meaning they can guard your property 24/7 regardless of weather. But here's the truly terrifying part. They're incredibly intelligent and have been known to work in coordinated groups to take down threats. Their bark alone sounds like thunder rolling across the mountains, and their bite force can exceed 550 psi. These dogs don't just protect property. They claim it as their kingdom and rule it with an iron paw. Any burglar foolish enough to enter their territory will quickly learn why wolves avoid these magnificent beasts. Number 2. Kangal dog? Hold on to your hats, folks, because we're talking about the dog with the strongest bite force on the planet. Kangal dogs pack an absolutely mind-blowing 743 psi of bite force. That's enough to crush a bowling ball. These Turkish Titans were bred to protect livestock from wolves, bears, and even big cats. So a human burglar is basically asking for a very painful life lesson. What makes them incredibly terrifying for intruders is their size combined with their lightning-fast reflexes. These 145-pound giants can move like greyhounds when they need to. Kangals have an almost mystical ability to assess threats and respond with exactly the right amount of force. They'll give warning growls to minor annoyances, but will unleash their full fury on genuine threats. Their thick double coat makes them virtually immune to bites and scratches, turning them into furry tanks that can operate in any weather condition. These dogs have such strong protective instincts that they'll patrol their territory for miles, creating an invisible security perimeter that no intelligent criminal would dare cross. When a Kangal decides you don't belong somewhere, you better believe that's a decision you'll want to respect immediately. Number 1. Tibetan Mastiff. Ladies and gentlemen, meet the ultimate guardian, the Tibetan Mastiff. A dog so legendary that it's basically mythology with fur. These magnificent beasts can weigh up to 180 pounds and look like they stepped straight out of a fantasy novel. Originally bred by Tibetan nomads to guard monasteries and protect against snow leopards and wolves, these dogs have been perfecting the art of intimidation for over 4,000 years. What makes them the absolute worst nightmare for any burglar is their combination of size, intelligence, and an almost supernatural protective instinct. Their thick, lion-like mane and piercing eyes can literally freeze criminals in their tracks before they even get close to your property. Tibetan Mastiffs are so valuable and respected that one sold for $2 million in China. Imagine explaining to your insurance company that you were mauled by a dog worth more than most people's houses. These dogs have an incredible ability to work independently, making decisions about threats without needing human guidance. Their bark is so deep and powerful it can be heard for miles, serving as both a warning and a promise of what's coming if the warning isn't heeded. When a Tibetan Mastiff is guarding your home, you don't just have a pet. You have a furry fortress commander who takes their job very, very seriously. There you have it. 10 incredible canine guardians that prove man's best friend is also a burglar's worst enemy. These amazing dogs combine loyalty, intelligence, and raw power to create the ultimate home security system with a heartbeat. Which of these magnificent protectors would you want guarding your castle? If you loved learning about these incredible guard dogs, smash that like button and subscribe for more amazing animal content. Drop a comment below telling us which dog impressed you the most, and don't forget to check out our other videos about incredible animals. Until next time, stay safe and keep those tails wagging.